Hello everyone, my name is Yusuf Yildiz and I'm working as a solutions architect in LINBIT. And in this presentation, I will try to give you an overview about how to enhance your uptime with LINBIT SDS and OpenNebula. Before I start going into the details, let me give you what LINBIT stands for. LINBIT stands for Protect Your Data, and no matter what kind of failure that you might have, drives, servers, data centers, or even you get affected by ransomware, LINBIT is there for you to protect your data at any given time. And keeping the data is not only the focus, we also try to keep your services always on at any given time. So you don't have any problems with your servers also as well as your data. And LINBIT is an open source company. Whatever we build in LINBIT is open source. That means that it always creates a ultimate form of trust between LINBIT and you, so you can shape your destiny with LINBIT solutions by yourself. And LINBIT always stands for the best performance because we are in the storage business for more than 21 years now, and we always focus on the performance and whatever you invest in, even if it's a hardware or a cloud hardware, it doesn't matter. You can get most of it with LINBIT solutions. And here are some cloud challenges on management and uptime with the software-defined storages. The first one is the cost. So while the software-defined storage can offer cost benefits, it's not always easy to predict storage costs due to some variable factors. So you might need to focus on cost as well as the performance. The performance is another thing that you need to focus on. You need to take into consideration because you have to balance cost and performance all the time. And while the low-cost storage options might be attractive, they might not offer the best performance you need. Another one is scalability. I mean, software-defined storages are built for scalability, but managing that scalability can be a big challenge. And you need to be sure that whatever software-defined storage you choose, it has to be highly scalable in thousands of nodes if you need it. And visibility, control, and actually monitoring, it can be challenging to have full visibility and control over your storage and processes in cloud environment. So software-defined storage needs to be open to manage on every level, including the monitoring of your system. And up-to-date is another thing that you need to be take care of. So since you are choosing a software-defined storage, you need to be sure it's up to date all the time because the plugins needs to be updated, the drivers needs to be updated, the software itself needs to be updated very frequently these days. So you need to be sure about that too. How do we solve it? So we have a tool called LINBIT SDS. SDS obviously stands for software-defined storage. And this LINBIT SDS, we gathered a couple of open source tools in one single Swiss Army knife. So you can think of it, LINBIT SDS, as a Swiss Army knife that holds whatever you need to have in your pocket. So it provides you replication with DRBD and volume management with LVM and ZFS, and it can provide you snapshots, NVMe tools if you like, some plugins and drivers for OpenNebula to better integration, caching mechanisms, monitoring, encryption, data application. So whatever you think that you need in a storage perspective, LINBIT SDS has it in one single package. You don't need to worry about how to manage these open source tools one by one with LINBIT SDS. And how does the stack look like? So this is what it looks like for hyperconverged. We also provide disaggregated storage if you like, but most likely if it's a cloud environment, you might want to go with the hyperconverged infrastructure. So we install the LinStore on all of the nodes as well as OpenNebula, obviously. And there is a VM workload is inside of these nodes, and the disk itself are replicated between the nodes, just like a hyperconverged environment, real time. So if an hypervisor fails, if a storage fails, if a data center fails, it doesn't matter. You can simply move your VM into another hypervisor or another storage or another data center with ease, so you can have a high availability for your VMs and for your services. So this is like a very short introduction of what we have. I can give you more technical details if you like. Please get in touch with me if you have any other questions, and thank you for listening me.